Okay, what?
I wish I had all the Game of the Year games from back in the days, man.
The mind is all about?
But from now on, I'm keeping all the Game
What
of the
do
Year
I
games.
think the mind is all about?
Yeah, like.
Well, the mind thinking about the mind is still the mind. So. Thoughts are from the mind.
Thoughts, period, are from the mind.
Yeah. So the thinking of the mind is of the mind. So that's kind of
when does it when
does
you
it
talk
change?
about the self?
When does it change?
Yeah.
When the mind is not there no more.
And when is the mind not there?
When you're in certain situations. It happens.
And I die.
Okay, so
it happens.
In a situation where you're not thinking, you're just reacting. Like, okay.
No, reaction is of the mind. When you're reacting,
there's rational thought and there's irrational thought.
Thought is of the mind, period. Whether it's irrational or rational. You're thinking about it. You're plotting. You're taking your time to think about it. You're not in the moment, basically. The moment happens, right? The moment happens, and let's say something happens in the moment, right? And the moment could be seconds, like seconds. It could be boom, 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 seconds, right? And you're thinking, and you take your time to think about it. As long as you're taking your time to think about it, the moment is already gone. So now you're reacting to the moment that you created because the moment is gone already. The moment already left you. The moment and the mind can never meet. If you think about it.
Right?
So
your mind is like a camera. Compared to the moment, your mind is like a camera. So the moment happens and your mind records it. It goes through your eyes, through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth, whatever. The senses, the five senses, your touch. And as soon as it takes your mind to process all that, the moment is already gone.
Yeah.
So you're always behind the moment. The moment is like light. The moment moves at the speed of light. And you're always behind because you're of light. The moment is like God.
We'll always be chasing
the moment. Unless you become one with God. Unless you become one with the light. Whatever they want to call it. You understand?
Which could possibly never happen.
It can happen.
How can it happen?
Just be quiet.
To be like in tune with everything around you?
Yes.
Like a monk.
Moment for moment. Not a monk. A monk has rituals. It can happen.
You have to go somewhere.
No, you don't
really
have to go
quiet.
Somewhere. No, you do not. You do not. You think you do, but you don't.
I'm trying to think.
It's from moment to moment, not an everyday thing. You think it's an everyday thing. You think it's an all-day process. It's not. It's a moment-to-moment thing. It could be here one second and gone the next second.
I knew that shit already. God damn, you had to tell me that.
It's a second-to-second thing. It could be a millisecond.
Nah, but I chose to get it last.
It's not an all-day process. It's not something you plan out. See, you're going to be a monk in a monastery. That's something you plan out.
I would have had to switch.
It's not a plan. It's a moment thing. Once you see it, once you notice it, you experience it, you know it's real. And then you live on life, and then it'll come again. But it comes, it's not a consistent thing, because once it becomes a consistent thing, it's a mind thing. Once it's consistent, you're like...
So something you're always thinking about.
Yeah, it's something once you think about it, it's not God anymore. Because God is beyond your mind. And I'm not saying God in the sense of a person that we created, you know what I'm saying? A person that's sitting on a throne and all that shit.
God, like, as in a force.
It's a force. Yes, it's a force. It's an energy.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, you know, from what I've gathered so far, because I don't know either. I don't know. When you think you know, you don't know. So I don't know. But I'm going by what, you know, what makes most sense to me so far.
According to
Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti has helped me a lot in this. And then, you know, the religious books, the ones that I have read.
And people will say that the religious books are, I don't know, prophecy and stuff that's going to happen or did happen or will happen. But what do you think? And actually, do you think it's mostly metaphorical, symbolic?
Well. What I look at it is the way I look at it is like this. Like, you know, if they wrote some shit that happened 2,000 years ago, these times now do not apply to 2,000 years ago.
I say
no. We are like way more advanced.
And that's I don't understand why we're still using 2,000-year-old books.
Right, and you're right about that. But I don't understand why, you know, we're still going by these metaphorical. People call it metaphorical, but to me it's like outdated shit. Like, but at the same time,
but don't make it like a blow.
The truth is the truth. Like, if you see some truth in something, whether it was 1 billion years ago, you know, somebody wrote it 1 billion years ago, or somebody wrote it in the future, per se. Let's say somebody wrote it 20,000 years in the future from now. You know, and you'd be like, man, hell no. That shit cannot be. You know what I'm saying? That shit cannot even be created or whatever. But once you read it,
when you play the game,
and that shit touches your heart, that shit touches you, like you be like, yo, what the fuck? How the fuck does this person even know this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if it's something that can be applied to your life, or something you see.
¿Qué pasó, mami? Okay. Yo sé, mami. Ellos son niños. But yeah, once that shit like touches you, let me get that. I'm about to show you some shit. This shit is like truth right here.
That's the best part of my.
And what I'm reading is this right here.
I don't even know they can. The Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ.
Yo, this shit right here, I don't even know if this is fiction or truth or whatever. But if you read this, this shit touches your heart. This shit touches you. Like, look.
Yeah, right.
Just by this one little part. What is it?
I say the funny thing is that people talking shit about the children having.
This is one little part I want to read. It says, did I read this for you or not? It says, the man who spends his time in pulling other people's weeds can have no time to pull his own. And all the choicest flowers of life will soon be choked and die, and nothing will remain but darnel, thistles, and birds. That says, and Jesus spoke a parable. He said, behold, a farmer had great fields of ripened grain, and when he looked, he saw that blades of many stalks of wheat were bent and broken down. When he sent his reapers forth, he said, we will not save the stalks of wheat that have the broken blades. Go forth and cut and burn the stalks with broken blades. And after many days he went to measure up his grain, but not a kernel could be found. Could he find? And then he called the harvesters and said to them, where is my grain? They answered him and said, we did according to your word. We gathered up and burned the stalks with broken blades, and not a stalk was left to carry to the barn. And Jesus said, if God saved only those who have no broken blades, who have been perfect in his sight, who will be saved?
So that means if only people with no flaws or no rough edges were saved, there's nobody that's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
And you
Everybody has some type of flaw.
And the accusers hung their heads in shame, and Jesus went his way.
But if you want to chill Junior, sit together.
Yo, this book is deep, bro. Like super deep. Let me read another one to you.
Hey.
Alright, let's read this chapter. It said, the fame of Jesus as a teacher spread through all the land, and people came from near and far to hear his word of truth. At Bahar, on the sacred river of the Brahmins, he taught for many days. And Ak, a wealthy man of Bahar, made a feast in honor of his guests, and he invited everyone to come. And many came, among them thieves, extortioners, the courtesans, and Jesus sat with them and taught. But they who followed him were much aggrieved because he sat with thieves and courtesans. Jesus was of the people. And they upbraided him. They said, Rabbani, master of the wise, this day will be an evil day for you. The news will spread that you consort with Oh, yeah, calentalo. Hell yeah, I want to eat that. Anthony, you're going to look at that. She made some more beans. She made more beans.
I ate some yesterday.
Alright, why is she getting so damn mad? She's angry because she's tired. She need to go back to sleep. And I've been telling her this. She acts like that when she's tired. Yo quiero más. No, yo quiero de eso. Pecado también, yeah, hell yeah. He said the news will spread that you consort with courtesans and thieves, and men will shun you as they shun the wasp. Kind of like an arrow right there. And Jesus answered them and said, a master never screens himself for sake of reputation or fame. These are but worthless babbles of the day. They rise and sink like empty bottles on a stream. They are illusions and will pass away. They are the indices to what the thoughtless think. They are the noise that people make, and shallow men judge merit by the noise. Shallow men, basically what he's saying is physical. Basically, physical people judge the noise by what they hear, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like God and all master men judge men by what they are not, by what they are, and not by what they seem to be, by their reputation and their fame. The courtesans and thieves are children of my Father God. Their souls are just as precious as his sight is yours, or of the Brahmin priest. And they are working out the same life sums that you, who pride yourself on your respectability and moral worth, are working out. And some of them have solved much harder sums than you have solved. You men who look at them with scorn, yes, they are sinners and confess their guilt, while you are guilty, but are shrewd enough to have a polished coat to cover up your guilt. Suppose you men who scorn these courtesans, these drunkards, and these thieves, who know that you are pure in heart and life, that you are better far than they, stand forth, that men may know just who you are. The sin lies in the wish, in the desire, not in the act. You covet other people's wealth. You look at charming forms, and deep within your hearts you lust for them. Deceit you practice every day and wish for gold, for honor, and for fame, just for your selfish selves. The man who covets is a thief, and she who lusts is a courtesan. You who are none of these, speak out. Nobody spoke. The accusers held their peace. And Jesus said, the proof this day is all against those who have accused.
We can keep going further.
So basically, he called them all out. He basically was telling them about themselves. And nobody could say shit. Because they're over here sitting here judging everybody, but everybody is the same. Everybody has,
Well, that's what humans do.
That's what humans do, yes. It takes them away from themselves.
You find ways to point the finger at somebody else, and maybe that's an escape too.
Look, it's all an escape. You gotta think about it. It's all an escape, boo. It's all an escape. That's why I keep using that word escape, because that's all it is. You might call it a bad thing. You might call it a good thing. Just like my mother going to church. Some people might call it a good thing. It's an escape. Me drinking is an escape. Anthony playing a video game is an escape. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. Because good thing and bad things in society are, you know what I'm saying? It could mean different things. Different societies, they might call one thing bad, they might call one thing good. And then in this society, we might call the same thing that they call good bad, and the same thing that they call bad good in this society. You know what I'm saying? It's all an escape. Sex is the biggest escape.
So you have sex, you're not thinking about nothing else.
No. Why? Why? Think about it. Think about why you're not thinking about nothing.
You just focus on that.
That nut.
Yeah.
Right? And the sensation. The sensation that's going on. That's what you're thinking of.
Yep. Not worried about the bills.
No, nothing. And that 1 minute with me. And that 1 minute with me, you ain't thinking about shit.
1 minute?
Yes, that 1 minute with me, you're not thinking about nothing. And that's some true shit. And that 1 minute with me, you're not thinking about anything.
I cherish that minute.
I do too, because at the same time, I'm not thinking about nothing either. I'm just thinking about the way it feels, like the way it's sliding in there, and you know what I'm saying? You know, just the whole thing of it. You just get so into the flesh, the carnal. It's the carnal. It's basically the ultimate carnal thing you can do is have sex. Yeah.
And do you think the mind is working then?
No, the mind is gone. That's what an escape is. The escape is when the mind is not there.
But we remember when we've had good sex, and we definitely remember when we had bad sex.
I'm not keeping
count. Not saying it's keeping count, but it gets stored in the memory.
So there's a different memory. See,
there's a sex memory?
No. There's a different memory. See, what we focus on mostly is the top layer of memory.
It's deeper.
There's deeper layers, yeah. What we focus on mostly is the top layer, like, what we got on today, what we're gonna wear today, where we gotta go today, the schedule of today, you know what I'm saying? But there's deeper layers, like where we live. We gotta always remember where we live.
What we have to do next week.
We have to eat.
Eating.
We have to pee. We have to doo-doo. We have to put on clothes to go outside. We have to know the seasons. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But like there's top layers that's more shallow. There's deeper. So basically it's like a pool. Like the deeper you go in your mind, the deeper things are in there, and then you got the shallow part of it too. The shallow part of it to me is what what you worried about, what she got on, and he got what his shoes look like, and you know, shit like that. I don't know, man.
Makes sense.
I'm still learning. All right, we're gonna end this session, and then we're gonna
take a break. All right, quit.